Welcome to Study Loop.
Discussing productivity growth, we're going to take a look at the production function in order to analyze this example where we're told that Americans begin to save more. Banks lend these savings to businesses who then use these funds to build factories. And we'd like to know how this might result in faster productivity growth and who might benefit from it. So to do that, I sketched for us this production function because this is the best way, I think, to explain it. So we see that this curve here, this is our production, this growth in production. And it's a factor of input and output. And input, we know, is made up of capital and labor. So it's really our capital per labor hours. And our output is measured in GDP. So that's Y. And so essentially what we're saying here is that Y, our GDP, is a function of capital and labor. Right? That makes sense. So what we're told here, because Americans are saving more, which allows banks to lend this capital to businesses, we're seeing an increase in capital for these businesses. So as capital increases, we would expect our input to increase, right? So if capital goes up, we're going to get a larger number in our input, which means our output is also going to increase. So what you can see here is if our capital per labor ratio started here, it was fairly low, but let's suppose now we have more capital, which allows us to jump up to here. All of a sudden, what we're seeing specifically is that our output has increased. So it makes sense to see this faster productivity growth as a result of this increase in capital. And as for who benefits from this, it's really going to be just about everybody. This increase in saving and productivity, it's going to benefit both the Americans who are choosing to save and these businesses who are investing the funds into their factories. What we see is that Americans are initially reducing their consumption. So these Americans' consumption initially decreases because they're choosing to save that money. So for a period of time, they're going to experience lower utility as a result of consumption. But over time, as this productivity is able to increase, like we said, consumption will be able to increase again. So over time, it makes it worth it. So not only will Americans eventually be able to consume more as a result of this higher production rate, but the employees of these factories, these workers, because they're able to produce more, they're more productive, in which case they're going to see an increase in their benefits as well. Employees produce more, their wages go up, and as a result, they're better off. And same thing with these factory owners, because these factory owners are going to be able to increase the productivity of their workers and their manufacturing processes. They're going to be able to earn higher revenues and higher profits most likely. So these factory owners are also going to benefit from this as they see an increase in their profits.